The United States has sanctioned 4 South African-based alleged ISIS financial facilitators who are said to have played a key role in funneling funds from the elite or for the elite of the ISIS hierarchy to branches across the African continent. In a statement, the U.S. Treasury claims that the 4 serve either as leaders of ISIS cells in South Africa or provide support in moving around funds generated through theft, extortion of local populations, and kidnapping for ransom out of the country. For more on this, then, we're joined tonight by Senior Training Coordinator at the ENACT program for the Institute for Security Studies. That's Willem Els. Willem, a very good evening to you. Welcome to News at Prime. So how easy is it to do this sort of thing, especially in South Africa?
Good evening to you. In the past, there's been various reports that these type of groups are operating in South Africa, and that the conditions in South Africa, because of various reasons. For one, we have one of the better financial systems on the continent, and secondly, that in the past the government was not too harsh on these groups. They tended to accommodate everybody in the country, and as long as you do not perpetrate any violence or etc., etc. So there's a very tolerant sort of attitude towards everybody in South Africa, as long as you do not commit any crime or any crime that they know of. But we see now in this indicator, in this report, it's been indicated that these things have been going on right under our nose.
Do you think South Africa has underestimated the ISIS threat on home ground?
I do not think they really underestimated it, but what I think highlights this is that in the past we see that the government tended to maybe downplay this type of threat for various reasons. Once again, one of them is that they do not want the people to panic, and yes, the people should not panic, as this is not reached that stage yet. So they tended to water it a bit down and not to focus too much on that in the past.
When you say it hasn't reached that stage yet, when should we be more concerned?
Well, I think we should be concerned as soon as because wherever there is a smoke, you will have a fire. And they will have to now, this is the ideal opportunity for our intelligence services, our investigators, as well as our prosecution, to step up and to win back that trust that was not really there due to events in recent past when dealing with these type of situations, as in the Huma case in Cape Town. So yes, it is an ideal opportunity for them now to step up and to make things right. We know that there are people that really in these institutions that are really trying their best, but we believe also that they haven't always received the support that they needed.
You mentioned the Huma case. You're referring there to Fahad Huma, a South African accused of running an ISIL cell in Durban. He, along with Siraj Miller, who's said to have been the leader of supporters possibly in Durban. Does the worry then, now that they've been identified as having had this ISIL-related activity, does the local worry become about a growing recruitment capability for the group?
Indeed so, yes. There are indications that there are several of these institutions in South Africa that focus on recruitment, that are more radicalized as others, as you will always find in any country. But these people in Durban were particularly active, and they were arrested. The 10 people were arrested, as mentioned, and we know that they have not been found guilty, or they have not been found not guilty. As what the indications were, as that with the prosecutions there were some challenges, and the case was thrown out of court. So the police and the Hawks now have the opportunity to reinvestigate and bring the case again to court with new charges, and then to continue with that charge. So that does not mean that that nothing ever happened with the Huma group in Durban. That is very worrying, because as we can remember, back then there were several incidents of devices that were placed under amongst others the Woolworths stores, and also the 2 devices that were found at the Durban July in that year.
And How concerned should we be in South Africa about the situation unfolding in northern Mozambique, where we know there's a group that's claimed allegiance to ISIL, and currently there is a SADC force, including South African members of the military, fighting there?
Yes, two things that we should remember is that it is also on record that there are several South Africans that actually joined the fighting there. One of them has been arrested along with the Tulsies, and after he testified in the case, he was a state witness, he actually jumped the fence and he joined the ISIL forces to fight there. Along with him, there were several of his colleagues that went with him to do so. So we know that there are several South Africans working there, and now also in this information that came out that the support base and also the funding or the recruitment as well as the funding for this group is taking place in South Africa as well. That is a very dangerous link because, these people will go and fight there. Once the fighting is over and the insurgency is over, they will come back to South Africa and they will be battle hardened. And we do not think that they will then just return in a peaceful way and continue living peacefully in South Africa.
Willem Els, thank you for your time. Senior Training Coordinator with the INACT program with the Institute for Security Studies.